All right, so today we're going deep on data centers.
Oh, data centers.
Yeah, the physical spaces that run our digital lives.
Yeah, the stuff we never think about, you know?
Exactly, until something breaks.
Right, exactly. So, the internet's down.
Today we're looking at a blog post by Adam Blackington.
Oh.
He's a data center architect.
Okay.
And he's worked with big names, Google Cloud, AWS.
Wow. Yeah, so he knows his stuff.
Yeah, he does. And he's sharing his setup
Okay.
at the NTT VA1 data center
All right.
in Ashburn, Virginia.
Ashburn.
Yeah.
It's like Data Center Central, right?
Yeah, it's become like a huge hub.
Yeah, a digital city
Exactly.
within a city.
And what I found interesting is that
Mhm.
Adam, he really focuses on uptime.
Right, reliability is key.
Yeah. And he does it through some interesting choices. Like
Or-
he has dual circuits in each cabinet.
Goal circuits.
Yeah.
So like a backup power system.
Yeah, for someone like me who's not a tech expert,
Sure.
what does that actually mean?
So imagine the power goes out in your house,
Okay.
but instead of like one circuit going down,
Yeah.
you have another one that kicks in immediately.
Oh, so the lights stay on.
Exactly, your lights stay on.
Gotcha.
That's dual circuits for servers.
Okay.
It's all about redundancy,
Okay.
having a backup if the main system fails.
So it's like a safety net for your data.
Exactly. Data never sleeps.
And he mentions 4 years of uptime at NTT VA1.
4 years. Whoa. That's impressive.
Yeah, it is. What else contributes to that level of reliability?
Well, consistent temperature and humidity is crucial.
Oh, really?
Yeah, even small changes can mess things up.
Hmm.
And then you have backup generators,
Okay.
redundant cooling systems,
Right.
and sophisticated monitoring.
To catch problems early.
Exactly, before they become disasters.
So many moving parts all working together.
It's a symphony of technology.
But what does this mean for the average person?
Good question.
You know, someone just sending an email or watching a video.
It means when you click a link, it loads instantly.
Oh, okay.
When you send an email, it arrives right away.
I see.
And when you're on a video call, it's smooth.
So it's all about that seamless online experience.
Exactly. We expect things to just work.
It's easy to take that for granted.
Totally. We don't see the effort behind it.
All that complex infrastructure and the expertise.
Yeah, it's like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, working behind the scenes.
And when it works well, we don't even notice it.
Now, Adam also talks about the support he gets
Okay.
from IPv4 Guru.
Right, the data center provider?
Yeah, at NTT VA1.
Okay.
He says they're super responsive,
Oh, it's good.
always ready to help.
With what kind of stuff?
Even with swapping out hardware
Oh, wow.
or adding new connections.
So they're hands-on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that kind of support so important?
Well, when you're dealing with critical systems,
Yeah.
time is money. Literally.
Right. Every minute of downtime.
It can cost you big time.
So having that responsive team
To quickly fix problems?
is being a lifesaver.
Absolutely. It's peace of mind.
It's almost like having your own IT team.
Yeah, like a dedicated crew just for you.
Now, he also mentions some open source projects.
Open source. That's interesting.
Yeah, he hosts at NTT VA1,
Okay.
Kumo MTA,
Kumo MTA, what's that?
and Netbox.
Okay, break those down for us.
Well, Kumo MTA is it's an email delivery system.
Yeah.
It's designed to improve deliverability.
So your emails actually get there.
Exactly, and the reliability of email.
So it's like a supercharged email engine.
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay, and what about Netbox?
Netbox is for managing network infrastructure.
Okay.
It lets you keep track of all your devices,
Sorry.
connections, configurations.
In one place?
Yeah, in a central database.
So it's like a map of your entire network.
Right, and that makes it easier to troubleshoot
Makes sense.
and plan for future growth.
So you're organized and ready for anything?
Exactly, and the fact that both of these are open source,
Open source? Yeah, that's cool.
it means they're developed by a community.
Volunteers working together.
Yeah, passionate about improving tech.
That's the spirit of open source.
It's about collaboration and shared knowledge.
Yeah, it's one of the things I love about tech.
Okay.
Always pushing the boundaries.
Okay, so we have talked about uptime support, open source.
Ooh, good stuff.
What are some of the other advantages of NTT VA1?
Well, one of the big ones is that it's carrier neutral.
Carrier neutral.
Yeah, which means Adam has lots of choices.
For internet providers.
Right. He's not stuck with just one.
So it's not like my cable company at home
Exactly.
with limited options.
Carrier neutral gives you freedom.
Freedom of choice.
You can shop around for the best deals.
Okay, so more control over your network.
Yeah. You're not at anyone's mercy.
And what about security?
Security.
Data centers handle a lot of sensitive information.
Right, security is paramount.
So what kind of measures are in place?
Well, NTTVA1 has a whole bunch of things.
Okay.
204/7 monitoring, for sure.
Right.
Multi-factor authentication.
Hooray.
Strict visitor protocols.
To keep things locked down.
Yeah, they have layers of physical security, too.
It's like Fort Knox for data.
Uh-huh. Yeah, pretty much.
And then there are cyber threats.
Oh, yeah. Those are always evolved.
So how do they handle that?
Firewalls, intrusion detection systems.
To block those nasty hackers.
Exactly. They're on top of it.
Okay, so a comprehensive approach to security.
They take it very seriously.
Then what about scalability?
Scalability.
As Adam's projects grow, can NTTVA1 keep up?
Definitely scalability is another big advantage.
Okay.
They can handle massive power demands.
So plenty room to grow.
Yeah, and they can accommodate future expansion.
So Adam doesn't have to worry about moving.
Exactly. They can grow together.
It's like a data center that can expand.
Yeah, just like you need a bigger house sometimes.
Yeah, as your family grows.
Right. It's all about future-proofing.
That's a perfect segue to something else Adam mentions.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
He needed a dedicated test environment
Okay.
for some performance evaluation.
Makes sense.
And IPv4 Guru got it running super fast.
How fast are we talking?
Like in a few days.
Whoa, that's impressive.
Yeah. What does that tell us about their capabilities?
It shows they're agile and responsive.
Okay.
They understand the speed of the tech world.
So they can move quickly when needed.
Yeah, they're not just providing space and power.
It sounds like they're true partners.
Yeah, they're invested in their clients' success.
So to wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Right.
what are the key takeaways so far?
Well, we've seen how much we rely on data centers.
For our digital lives.
And how important it is to choose the right partner.
One that prioritizes uptime, security, scalability.
Exactly, and responsiveness, too.
We've also seen the power of open source.
Yeah, the collaboration and innovation.
It's been a fascinating look behind the scenes.
Agreed. The digital world is complex.
When we come back in part 2,
Okay.
we'll dive deeper into why Adam chose NTTVA1
Sounds good.
and explore some of the unique features.
I'm looking forward to it.
Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're continuing our deep dive into Adam Blackington's data center setup.
At NTTVA1.
Yeah, in Ashburn, Virginia. And he chose this specific location for a reason.
Right at all the data centers in Ashburn.
Exactly. I'm curious why NTTVA1 stood out.
Well, Ashburn is like a data center mecca.
It is.
But, as Adam points out, not all data centers are created equal.
Right. And one thing he emphasizes is carrier neutral status.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
We touched on this before, but can you explain why that's such a big deal for someone like Adam?
Okay, so think of it this way.
All right.
If you could only shop at one grocery store,
Yeah.
you'd have to accept their prices and their selection.
Right.
But if you have multiple grocery stores,
Yeah.
you can shop around for the best deals.
Find what you want.
Exactly. That's carrier neutral.
Yeah.
You're not locked into one internet provider.
I see.
You have a choice of many.
So you can negotiate better rates.
Yeah, you get higher speeds
And even set up redundant connections.
for extra reliability.
So carrier neutrality gives you more control.
It does. You're not at the mercy of one provider.
You can choose the best options for your needs.
And your budget, too.
Now, another thing Adam highlights is the security.
At NTTVA1.
Yeah, he mentions 24/7 monitoring,
Right.
multi-factor authentication, strict visitor protocols.
They're serious about security.
What are those measures protecting against?
Well, data centers are targets, you know.
For attacks.
Yeah, both physical and cyber attacks.
Oh, on the physical side.
You have things like theft, vandalism, even natural disasters.
Wow.
NTTVA1 has layers of physical security.
Like what?
Surveillance cameras, motion sensors, controlled access.
It's a fortress.
Yeah, a digital Fort Knox.
And then there are the cyber threats.
Oh yeah, those are always evolving.
So how do they stay ahead of the hackers?
Multi-factor authentication makes it harder to get in.
Okay.
And then they have firewalls, intrusion detection systems.
To block malicious traffic.
Exactly. They're constantly monitoring and updating.
It sounds like they've covered all the bases.
They have to when you're dealing with sensitive data.
Trust is essential.
Absolutely. People need to know their data is safe.
Now, Adam also talks about scalability
Right.
being a major factor in choosing NTTVA1.
Scalability is crucial in tech.
Why is that?
Well, technology changes so fast.
Yeah.
The demands on data centers are always increasing.
Like what kind of demands?
Today, it's cloud computing and big data.
Okay.
Tomorrow, it could be AI or the Internet of Things.
So you need a data center that can keep up.
Exactly, one that can adapt and grow.
So it's not just about having enough space today.
It's about being ready for tomorrow.
And NTTVA1 has that capacity.
They do. They can handle massive power loads.
And they can expand easily.
If Atom needs more servers, more storage, more bandwidth,
He can handle it.
no problem. They've got them covered.
It's like having a data center that grows with you.
Yeah, like a good pair of jeans.
Ha ha ha. I like that.
You need them to fit today, but also tomorrow.
And Adam gives a specific example.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
He needed a dedicated test environment
Okay.
set up quickly for some performance evaluations.
Sounds important.
An IPv4 guru delivered it in just a few days.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah. What does that tell you?
It shows they're agile and responsive
They can move quickly.
when it matters most.
It's not just about space and power.
It's about being a true partner.
Invested in their client's success.
Exactly. They understand that their success depends on their client's success.
It's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, they're in it together.
So we've talked about carrier neutrality,
Right.
security, scalability.
Big advantages.
Are there any other factors that make NTTVA1 stand out?
One thing people often overlook is location.
Location, location, location.
Ashburn isn't just any place. It's near major internet exchange points and fiber optic backbones.
So it's strategically located.
Very much so.
What does that mean for performance?
It means lower latency and faster connections.
Because everything's closer,
Yeah, like being in a transportation hub.
where it's easy to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly. And in the digital world, speed is everything.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what's the key message for our listeners?
Well, I think Adam's story shows us that choosing a data center is more than just price and space.
It's about finding the right partner.
One that aligns with your values and your vision
Someone who understands your needs.
and is committed to your success.
It sounds like NTT VA1 has done that for Adam.
They have. They've built a strong relationship.
In our final part, we'll zoom out a bit
Okay.
and look at the bigger picture of open source
The impact it has on the tech world.
and explore this unseen world of data centers.
The hidden infrastructure that powers our lives.
Stay with us. Okay, so we've seen Adam's setup at NTT VA1 and how well it works for him.
Yeah, it's a great example of finding the right fit.
But let's step back a bit. Think about the bigger picture.
Okay, the macro view.
Yeah, Adam mentioned those open source projects he's hosting.
Right, Kumo MTA and Netbox.
What's the significance of those beyond just Adam's setup? Well, open source projects are a big deal in tech.
Okay.
They represent a different way of thinking about software.
How so?
It's about collaboration, transparency sharing.
So not the traditional proprietary model.
Exactly. It's a community effort
Okay, so developers come together,
and build something amazing.
pooling their knowledge and expertise.
Yeah, and the best part is
Yeah.
anyone can use it, modify it, distribute it.
So it's incredibly accessible,
Exactly. It democratizes technology in a way.
which is really important these days.
When we hear so much about big tech control,
Right, controlling our data, our experiences.
open source offers an alternative.
A way to break free from those walled gardens.
Yeah, and empowers individuals and smaller organizations.
So it's not just about the code itself.
It's about a philosophy.
A philosophy of openness and shared ownership.
Exactly. And Adam hosting these projects at NTT VA1.
Yeah. What does that say about the data center?
It says they're supportive of open source.
They get it.
Yeah, they understand its importance.
Providing a platform for these projects to thrive.
And contributing to the advancement of technology.
It's amazing how these decisions ripple outward.
Yeah, from individual needs to global impact.
We started with Adam's specific setup,
Right.
but now we're talking about societal values.
It's all connected.
Our digital lives are so intertwined.
More than ever before.
And we have to be mindful of the consequences.
Of our choices, our actions.
As we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I'm realizing how much we take for granted.
It's easy to forget what's happening behind the scenes.
Every click, every swipe,
Triggers a chain reaction.
involving massive data centers, complex networks.
It's mind-boggling when you think about it.
This invisible infrastructure that we rely
The
on.
backbone of the digital world.
It's like an iceberg.
Most of it's hidden beneath the surface.
But it's there, making it all possible.
And it's important to remember,
Yeah.
these data centers are more than just machines.
There are people behind them,
Engineers, technicians, support staff.
keeping everything running smoothly.
They're the unsung heroes of the digital age.
So next time you're streaming a movie or sending an email,
Yeah.
take a moment to appreciate those data centers.
And the people who make them work.
Think about how your choices impact this digital world.
And how we can all contribute to a better future.
This has been a fascinating journey behind the scenes.
I agree. We've learned a lot.
We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive.
And gained a new perspective on the digital world.
Until next time, stay curious.